Today we're going to be talking about two low-sided motorcyclists where one of them is going to be caused by improper braking and one of them is going to be caused by just having too much gravel and then not paying attention. And each of these are going to be preventable, so let's go ahead and talk about these. I know a lot of you guys are thinking right now in the comments, you know, why did he do this? That's pretty dumb. Guys, once again, at the end of the day, this is an after-action review where we're going to be taking what's good, what's bad, and then utilizing that information, the good and the bad, to prevent these things for ourselves. So these are great learning opportunities, and I do not want to see any negative comments in there. Guys, if you are part of the crew, make sure we help regulate that and foster a very inclusive community in the chat, on the Discord, wherever it is. By the way, Discord link's going to be in the description. So right away, we're going to utilize some of the information that we can gather from this right here. Right here, I look into the mirror and I notice he doesn't have full gear. He actually talks about that in the video, and then he talks about it in the aftermath video, which it's going to be linked in the description. But once again, DDFM crew members, let's act appropriately and like adults. So when I see that, let's make sure that we're acquiring actual protective gear and then using it. So that's part of the smart rider system, you know, situational awareness, maintaining your skills, acquiring the gear, rescuing other riders, and then teaching others and mentoring others. And that's the whole point of this community, okay? So make sure you guys are actually wearing gear just in case your situational awareness and your fundamental skills break down, and then you're able to mitigate these injuries with actual gear. So this is what's going to happen here with this guy. He's not going to be able to mitigate some of these injuries, and they're actually more severe than what they could have been. So once again, situational awareness, he's doing what he needs to do, but we're going to go ahead and get a little too fast into this. You already guys starting to pointing it out probably in your minds, is that why did we go around a vehicle from the middle lane all the way to the right? So that right there is going to set himself up for a pretty bad spot. Now, if at this point you realize I need to turn right at this light way up ahead, that's when we need to utilize our situational awareness. Okay, we're scroll back a little bit. We're in yellow stage right now, and I see the intersection coming up. I know for a fact that I need to move into the right lane to turn right. I'm going to put myself in orange stage. I see in my mirrors that I might have some cars, but I know that this person right here is stopping because the person in front of them is turning. So at some point, I need to make a decision. Am I going to get in right here and just kind of slow it down, get in line, or am I going to gun it around this car driver and then make that right-hand turn? But remember, guys, if we gun it around that car driver, look where the intersection is. Now we're at a very high rate of speed before a turn. Remember the acronym SLPR, slow, look, press, and roll. We need to slow down before the turn, but now we're accelerating into it. So this is going to be a bad opportunity to get in front of another driver, and it's actually going to be safer to get behind this driver. Now you're set up for the turn that's coming up. So that's not what happened here. So he's going to accelerate to get past this person, but now he has to get all the way over to the far right. So now we should be slowing it down. We should engine brake, you know, rolling off the throttle or applying a little bit of progressive brake pressure to slow us down before the turn. But that's not what happens. We keep accelerating, and then now we're in this position where it's like, oh crap, I got to just make it. I got to go. I'm going, looks like it's 45 miles an hour for a right-handed turn. It's a 90-degree turn, so it's not going to be the best speed for a turn like this. It might be a good speed for a turn that's long and winding, but not a 90-degree turn, especially at an intersection where you're going to have a lot of debris. And when I say you're going to have a lot, well, what's this thing right here? That is a storm drain. You're going to have a lot of dirt, a lot of gravel, a lot of issues around this area because when it rains, it's going to drag everything to this area. So that's what's going to happen here. A lot of gravel, a lot of issues, and he's going to have a lot of problems. But the gravel itself is not what's going to cause this issue. It's not going to cause the drop. He's going to get to about right here, and then he's going to realize, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. And then he's going to panic and get into that brown stage and slam those brakes because he's going to go into the curb right here instead of make that turn. Once again, a little bit too fast in the corner. It's going to cause him to panic, which is going to cause him to do a fistful of front brake, when in actuality, what he should have done is rolled off the throttle before the turn just a little bit to save him some speed and then commit to the turn. But at the end of the day, let's prevent all this by not putting ourselves in this situation. The reason why I say he's going to grab a fistful of front brake is that almost immediately he just starts to drop it right there. And that right there tells me that the front tire either locked up or just lost traction. Once again, you have, let's say, 100% traction, you're accelerating using about 80% of that traction, so 80 out of 100. And then when you apply the brakes, let's say it's 40%, so 40 points. So 80 plus 40, 120 out of 100, you overfilled it. You used too much of what you don't have. Therefore, when that happens, that front tire just slips, and you're going to dump the bike. You only have 2 tires. You have 2 points of contact with the road. If one of them goes, especially that front tire, it's going to slip and slide, and you're going to drop the bike. So that's what happened here. It wasn't necessarily gravel. It could have played a little bit of role in it, but that's not what caused it. It was speed and then braking that caused it. We're going to talk about this next one where it's actually going to be speed and gravel, not brake. So let's jump into that. So if some of this stuff is kind of going over your head and we're talking about progressive brake pressure, we're talking about gear and all that stuff, and you don't know what type of gear to get, you don't know what type of bike to get, you don't know how to read the safety labels on the back of your helmet and all that stuff, I have an ebook just for you. It's for brand new riders that want to get into motorcycling. So right now it is actually on sale, and I updated it so the table of contents, you can click it. Everything is formatted a lot better. So check it out. Link will be in the description and in the first comment. So let's jump into this one. So right away, from what he said is that the reason why he's rev bombing, that is not because he's telling this person, don't come out in front of me. He says in his own video that that is actually his boss and he rides and he's just saying hi to him. I think a lot of us have done that, but that's not going to be the cause of the, the bike's failure or the rider failure. What's going to be the cause of this situation is that his focus is on the wrong thing when he has stuff in front of him, the path of travel. You see how the road's starting to curve? Well, he's looking to the right and he's not paying attention to that, and before he knows it, he's traveling at too much of a high rate of speed for the area, and he's going to have to make a turn, which causes a little bit of panic and causes not enough turning and counter steering body positioning. So once again, this is not because he's getting pissed. It is just him saying hi, and I think we've all done that. It was a mistake. It wasn't something he definitely wanted to do, especially in front of his boss. So right here, he's going a little bit too fast. Maybe, the engine RPMs, everything started getting a little funky because he was rev bombing. That's what happens when people actually get pissed. They rev bomb and they mess up their speed and they mess up the whole rev match. But I don't think that's what's happening here. He has plenty of room, plenty of time, no obstacles, no obstructions, no vehicles, no road hazards, no nothing other than he's going to get to an area where it's going to have some gravel. So right here, he's going to keep moving forward a little bit too fast. You see how it shot him out to the side? It kept shooting him out. When you're going too fast for a turn, that's typically what happens. In order to counteract that, you need to utilize more and more and more body positioning. So in order to just not have that happen at all, where you're getting shot out to the side, is by slowing down, looking through the turn, pressing to initiate counter steer and body positioning, and then rolling on the throttle when your nose is pointed on the way out. Okay, so but the main thing is slowing down before the turn so you're not getting shot out to the side. So he starts to get shot out to the side, and then he's going to go ahead and apply more counter steering, which is exactly what you should do. So he's doing exactly what he should do. The only problem is that this little area right here is going to have gravel. So that's going to remove a lot of his traction. So now that he's committing to the turn, he's putting more and more pressure on those handlebars, getting some good body positioning, all that stuff. So once again, if we utilize the traction cup where you overfill it, you have 100 points, maybe he's going about 70 points of speed into it, so acceleration, and then he's going to use maybe 20% or 20 points of turning. So you have turning, deceleration, acceleration, that makes up the total points. So he's at about 90, but now it's like, oh crap, I got to go ahead and push more. But before he could push more, the gravel on the road's like, you know what, you have 100 points? Well, we're going to go ahead and take 20 of those points out of there because gravel is just not good for tires, and that's what's going to happen. So now he's down to 80 total points that he could possibly have, but he's using 90. It's going to cause it to dump. So you have to look at all these different factors of gravel or water or anything on the road can take away out of your total 100 points. And if you put in 100 points of maneuvers, it's not going to be that good for you. So you have to start mitigating, road hazards, your own fundamental skills, when to apply the pressure, when not to apply the pressure, when to slow down before the turn. You have to start doing all these different things, and that's really going to be something that we're going to be focusing on with the smart riding system. So we're going to be talking about all these different factors, and a lot of it has to do with situational awareness. You need to know where your turn is coming up. You need to know when to apply pressure. You need to know when to apply braking, all these different things. So let's go ahead and slow it down and make these turns. So once again, guys, thank you so much for being a part of this channel and supporting this channel. If you would like to keep supporting, just watch another video. It's going to be off to the left of your screen, or click that subscribe button, which is going to be right next to my face. With that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, and I'll be seeing you around.